In the fall of 2021, a horrifying story gripped the internet. A story of love turned toxic, of jealousy turned deadly. It was the story of a man who gained fame, making people laugh, but hid a darkness that would destroy lives. This is the tragic case of Ali Abulaban. He was a social media star, known as Jinn Kid, with millions watching his comedy skits. To his fans, he was charismatic, funny, and successful. But behind the camera, his marriage was falling apart. His wife, Anna, had endured years of control and emotional turmoil. She had finally decided to leave him, unaware that her decision would lead to something unthinkable. What began as a dream life, full of laughter and love, would end in bloodshed and grief.
All right, so I'm pretty low on energy, but I feel like making a video, so I hope this will do. A lot of you have been asking me how to do the Tony Montana impression. I'm gonna try explaining it. So, it's really deep in the throat, so start with the sound, you know? It helps to do the face too. Then you talk normally.
Hey guys, can we talk for a second? For what, man? We'll talk later. Check.
I'll raise you 45.
This fucking guy, okay?
What?
Why don't you wait till you see the cards? Then you decide if you're gonna race.
Do not tell me how to play. You feel me? I hate that shit.
Oh yeah. What you gonna do about it? Guys! I have to tell you something. Okay. You guys aren't real.
Are you kidding me?
Ali Abulaban first gained fame through his uncanny impersonations and comedic skits on social media. His spot-on impressions of Tony Montana from Scarface and other pop culture icons quickly went viral. With his talent for mimicry and humor, he built a following of millions across TikTok and YouTube. People saw him as an entertainer, someone who could bring laughter into their lives with just a few seconds of video. But what his fans didn't see was the growing turmoil in his personal life. The same energy that fueled his comedy also fueled his insecurities. As his online presence grew, so did the cracks in his marriage. Behind the laughter, there was tension, arguments, jealousy, and an obsession with control. His fame masked a deep insecurity, one that would eventually turn dangerous. Ali met Anna when they were young, and their love story seemed like something out of a fairy tale. She was beautiful, kind, and full of life. From the beginning, Ali was captivated by her, and he promised her the world. They got married, had a daughter, and for a while, everything seemed perfect. But over time, the cracks began to show. Ali's love became possessive. His admiration turned into obsession. Anna was no longer free to be herself. She was trapped in a marriage that was suffocating her. She wanted to leave, to start over, but Ali wouldn't allow it. In his mind, Anna belonged to him, and the thought of losing her was something he couldn't accept. Their love story, once filled with promise, had become a ticking time bomb. As their marriage crumbled, Anna made the brave decision to leave Ali and file for divorce. She wanted a fresh start, a life free from fear and control. But for Ali, the idea of losing Anna was unbearable. His jealousy consumed him, twisting his love into something dangerous. He became obsessed with watching her every move, convinced she was seeing someone else. He installed a secret listening device on her phone, tracking her conversations and movements. The final straw came when he overheard Anna speaking with another man, a friend named Rayburn Cardenas Barron. That night, fueled by rage and paranoia, Ali grabbed a gun, stormed into her apartment, and pulled the trigger twice. In a matter of seconds, 2 lives were gone forever. After the shooting, Ali did something that left investigators stunned. Instead of fleeing or turning himself in, he picked up his 5-year-old daughter from school. He acted as if nothing had happened, as if he hadn't just ended 2 lives in a fit of rage. When police arrested him hours later, his clothes were still stained with blood. In the interrogation room, he confessed without hesitation. His words were chilling, detached, as if he were recounting a scene from a movie. But this wasn't a script. It was real life. Anna was gone, and her daughter would grow up without a mother. The weight of his actions didn't seem to sink in, as if he couldn't grasp the horror he had created.
So you guys remember this TikToker, right? His name was Ali Abulaban, but he went by the name of Jin Kid, and his wife was Anna Abulaban. Their marriage was not doing good at all because he was super controlling, so she wanted to file for divorce, and he moved out of their apartment. And even though they were separated, he couldn't handle the fact of Anna talking to any other guy except for himself. But he has a feeling that she is, so he goes into their apartment one day when she's not there and he destroys the whole place. While he's there, he takes his daughter's iPad and he hides it under a couch. Now, the iPad had like a tracking listening device on there where it could hear other people in the room. After Anna comes home to see her apartment completely destroyed, she calls Rayburn Barron and tells him what happened. So he decides to go stay with Anna because now she's afraid that Ali is going to do something worse. And on that same day, her nightmare came to life after Ali heard Rayburn's voice on that iPad. He went straight to the apartment and saw them near each other and took both of their lives. And if you want to watch a documentary about this whole thing, there's one out right now on Peacock. I'm going to show you the trailer.
It all seemed so perfect. And what people didn't know was she was actually screaming for help. Her light was surrounded by a lot of darkness. Anna's an amazing mother. She adored her daughter more than anything in the world.
In court, Ali's defense team tried to argue that he acted in a moment of uncontrollable rage, but the prosecution saw it differently. They described a man consumed by jealousy and control, who planned his actions and executed them with cold precision. Anna's family sat in the courtroom, listening as their worst nightmare was laid out in detail. The pain on their faces was unbearable, a grief no words could ever truly describe. Rayburn's loved ones, too, mourned the loss of a man taken too soon. The trial wasn't just about justice. It was about telling Anna's story, about making sure her voice was heard, even though she was no longer here. Every moment was a reminder of how quickly love can turn into something dangerous. Anna's story is not an isolated one. Every year, thousands of women are killed by their partners, victims of love turned lethal. Many of them try to leave, just like Anna did, but their abusers refuse to let them go. Domestic violence is a silent epidemic, hidden behind closed doors and fake smiles. Too often, the warning signs are ignored until it's too late. Anna's life should have been filled with hope and new beginnings, but instead, it was cut short by someone who claimed to love her. Her daughter will grow up without her mother, left with only memories of the woman who loved her most. No one should have to live in fear of the person they love. If there's one thing we can take from this tragedy, it's that silence can be deadly. Love should never hurt. If you or someone you know is in danger, don't wait. Reach out, seek help, and escape before it's too late. Anna's story is heartbreaking, but it serves as a reminder that no one deserves to live in fear. She should have walked away to a new life, not to an untimely death. Remember her name, remember her story, and let it be a warning of how love, when twisted by control, can turn into something monstrous. Rest in peace, Anna.